$180,000. That's the difference between putting your KiwiSaver into an aggressive fund versus a conservative fund over 10 years if you're contributing $500 per month. Quick question. Are you currently in a conservative fund because it feels safer, or because you actually checked the numbers? If you haven't looked at your KiwiSaver fund choice in the last 2 years, this video is going to change how you think about your retirement in the next week. The average KiwiSaver is $32,000 into their KiwiSaver right now. Most of them have no idea what their actual fund is doing. They picked something when they signed up, forgot about it, and now they are losing real money every single month because they are in the wrong risk bucket for their age and timeline. Here's the actual data. If you're 30 years old and you put $500 per month into an aggressive balanced KiwiSaver fund, you're looking at an average historical return of around 7.2% per year. That $500 per month over 10 years before tax becomes $83,400. Same $500 per month, conservative fund at 3.8% annual return. $68,200. That's a $15,200 difference for doing absolutely nothing except picking the right fund once. But here's where it gets interesting. That $15,200 gap isn't actually the real cost. Because that money, it compounds. If you don't touch that aggressive fund balance and let it sit for another 10 years at 7.2%, that $83,400 becomes $166,800. The conservative fund's $68,200 becomes $136,600. Now you're looking at a $30,200 gap. Over 20 years, the person who stayed aggressive has an extra $30,000 sitting there because they made one decision in their 20s. And you know what most people do when they see this number? Nothing. Their bank is absolutely counting on that. Let's break down what's actually happening in these funds. An aggressive KiwiSaver fund is typically 80 to 85% shares, 10 to 15% bonds, maybe 5% cash. Conservative is flipped, 20 to 30% shares, 60 to 70% bonds, 10% cash. The share portion is where the growth lies. Over the last 15 years, New Zealand shares have returned around 9.4% per year on average. International shares have returned roughly 7.8%. Bonds, about 3.2%. That's why aggressive funds pull ahead. You're simply holding more of the asset that actually grows. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The worst time to be in a conservative fund is when you're young and you've got time to recover from crashes. If the market drops 15% tomorrow, which happens every few years, and you're in an aggressive fund, you're genuinely fine. You've got 10 years for it to climb back. It always has. But if you're getting $500 per month going in anyway, that crash is actually your best friend. You're buying shares while they're on sale. Your $500 is buying more units. Conservative fund investors, they barely budge. They miss the recovery bounce because they are sitting in bonds earning 3.2%. Here's the specific breakdown most KiwiSaver statements don't make clear. You're currently 30 years old, $30,000 already in your aggressive fund. You've got 35 years until you touch it. The StatForce data shows aggressive funds have experienced exactly 4 major crashes in the last 20 years. 2008, 2011, 2015, and 2020. Every single one recovered to new highs within 18 months. Every one. If you'd switched to conservative during any of those crashes, you would have locked in the loss and then missed the recovery. This is actually where it gets infuriating. The average KiwiSaver who's 35 right now is holding about $38,000 in their KiwiSaver. If they're in conservative and they should be in aggressive, they're looking at missing out on roughly $28,000 to $32,000 by retirement at 65. That's before tax. After tax, because KiwiSaver earnings get taxed based on your income, you're looking at a real loss closer to $22,000 to $25,000 in after-tax value, for not changing one setting on a website. Actually, let me show you the numbers that should scare you. If you're 40, you've got 25 years left. Conservative instead of aggressive is costing you approximately $18,000 to $21,000 in after-tax retirement income. If you're 45, it's around $11,000 to $13,000. The younger you are, the more expensive the mistake is. So here's what you actually do. First, check your current fund. Log into your KiwiSaver provider right now. Find your fund choice. Write down the name. Second, check your age and timeline. If you're under 45 and you've got more than 10 years until you need this money, aggressive or balanced growth is mathematically correct. Not maybe, not if you're comfortable, actually correct. Third, calculate your actual gap. Use the calculator in the description. Put in your current balance, your monthly contribution, your age, and run it both ways. Aggressive versus conservative. See the actual number for yourself. Here's the move that changes things. You're not moving to aggressive and staying there forever. You're moving to aggressive now, and you're building a simple rebalancing plan. At 55, you drop to balanced. At 60, you move to conservative growth. This is called a balanced glide path, and literally every research firm from Vanguard to Morningstar says it's the strategy that works. You get the growth when you can afford volatility. You get the stability when you need it. And you don't wake up at 65 wishing you'd made a different choice in your 30s. One more number that matters. Your KiwiSaver fees. If you're in a fund charging 1.2% per year versus one charging 0.4%, that 0.8% difference over 35 years is costing you roughly $8,000 to $12,000 in real money. Some of the SmartShares funds are under 0.4%. Some older provider funds are still charging 1.2% or higher. That's not optional. That's money out of your pocket every single year for the same investment. Switch funds if you need to. Here's your actual action. This week, log in, check your fund. If you're under 45 and in conservative, switch to balanced or aggressive. That's it. It takes 5 minutes. And if you've got a partner, do the same for them. 2 people moving from conservative to aggressive. That's $180,000 to $360,000 more in retirement income combined, depending on your ages. For 5 minutes of work, the numbers don't lie. Your bank isn't going to call you and suggest you should be in a growth fund. Your KiwiSaver provider doesn't get paid more if you make the right choice. This is on you, but the data's clear, and now you've seen it.